Yeah, well, as it happened, they had a gig later that day. So when I emailed them, I said we could get I promised they'd be out by really? I'm going to show up around 10:30. That's when I was going to finish the class. Two. But it was running. I thought it ran at 11. I think it went to 11. Or it was 11 to 12. It was 11 to 12. I was told 11 to I told them the cameramen were going to show up. Well, I sent an email to I set off a MySpace thing. You know what? Like JJ when I called Space and said, "Oh yeah, there's a button that says yes." That's fine. Which actually did. I'm just trying to get Please roll it over.
Hello. Hello. Okay. This is time for sound check. Sound check, sound check. Alright, we'll leave that right there. Alright, and that one we know, and we'll let that one right there. Okay, boys and girls. Welcome to the Mad Scientist Tea Party. Well, we have Matt Howard with us today. Now, you may not believe it, but there he is. You don't see him because he's not sitting there. Hey, Matt, and how are you today? Oh, well, he left this book with us. Okay, so here we are on the Mad Scientist Tea Party. So what do the... Oh, that's an interesting angle. I think I'll leave it at that one. All right. And it's all ready for Matt when he comes back, isn't it? He has announcements and things like that. Okay. I'll put the music back on. I've got a kettle of water on to boil, and I'll put some teapots on the table. I'll restart one of our co-hosts.
Mic stands.
Say what?
They're capable of bringing pretty much everything that's needed from monitors to mic stands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. And you think they'll also have an amplifier to drive the monitor?
I suppose.
So
that, they can bring their own PA system and everything. So.
Okay, we really don't need. I don't know how much of a PA we need. How are you doing, Matt Howard?
I'm doing quite well, Dr. Blackwell.
Welcome to the Tea Party.
Thank you.
And
it's amazing because the air conditioner here at URTV is not like the most effective air conditioning system. It does okay, but it's not super powerful. But damn if it's not still better than being outside.
Today, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit warm outside today. Are you here to give us a weather report?
I am here to tell you, you know what I did with my government stimulus check / bribe from President Bush, who's trying to convince us the economy's not in the tank? I bought a $100 air conditioner.
You did?
Yes, I did.
I did a poll, and I found that 7 out of 10 people that I polled were getting a bag.
Fair enough.
So,
fair enough.
Of course, that
I can see how a great many people are going to be doing that with their government stimulus check, especially in this town.
Yeah, I was polling people in Asheville.
Yeah. As far as a national poll, well, I wonder what the percentage-wise on a national level is. I guarantee you the truth of that question would probably shock and surprise the people that actually mailed said stimulus checks.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Some of them are getting stimulus checks, too.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that I'm willing to bet that more Americans are probably spending their stimulus money on drugs than some people would ever believe.
And you don't think that the stimulus check senders are getting bags too? Well, we haven't thought of that now, have we?
Well, maybe they've got different avenues and different venues of procurement.
Maybe they have to take tests and things.
I'm willing to bet that President Bush does not have to go through the trouble of buying his own Coke. I think he's got somebody that does it for him.
Well, as long as they get the good stuff.
I'm sure he gets nothing but.
Mm-hmm. And what on earth would make you think that the President of the United States would have any interest in Coke?
Well, it is a known fact, despite the great degree to which some people try to deny it or just not live in reality of it. It is a known fact that in the 80s, he was big into the nose candy, as apparently they say many people were in the 80s. I don't know. I was too young and uncool to be into that in the 80s. And, I don't recommend it as a habit now either.
Howdy brought your tambourine.
I brought you a tambourine.
That's for the gospel numbers, isn't it?
Yeah. Picked up the collection.
But our dear beloved president swears he's alcohol and drug free now, and, you know, however much we choose to believe him on that subject.
Well, you just don't believe anything he says, do you?
Very little of what he says. I believe very little of what the president says. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's a few things he says that are probably genuinely truthful.
Like I woke up this morning.
Yeah. Or, you know, it's raining outside. When it happens to be raining outside, okay, you know, I take him at his word there. A lot of things our president says I do not believe.
The moron in chief.
Mm-hmm. One of the sad, tragic realities of our time.
Now, I might point out to you fellers that we have a wide variety of cookies today.
I have observed.
A bunch of them were left over from Ralph.
Thank you, Ralph.
Yesterday.
Does seem coconutty.
You like coconutty?
Well, there was an article in the New York Times today
Right.
that said that the Senate
Yes.
had decided that our president had, and our vice president and our friend Mr. Rumsfeld had overstated the case, and in some cases may have possibly been guilty of exaggeration. Let's see, how is it you should say that you think that they're lying, but you don't want to say they are? Something like
Right all
that.
over there.
So they're,
And y'all work it out. I want to hear the word.
I mean, everybody's like, duh. But when the Senate says it and it's official, then that means that somebody may have to explain themselves.
About damn time. I mean, you know, for a lot of people, it's a well done, duh kind of moment. It's like, you know, they couldn't have come to this conclusion years ago, but at least they're finally coming out and saying it.
And Chuck Hagel and Olympia Snow, 2 Republicans, voted for it, for the resolution.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not surprising. Chuck Hagel's an honorable, and maybe the future of the Republican Party if the Republican Party's going to go anywhere. And Olympia Snow's always been a nice person.
What did they say? Did they say they had taken liberties with the truth? They believe in liberty.
Well, no, they're pretty much saying that I mean, it's official, pretty much, that they over exaggerated and massaged the intelligence.
They embellished. Is that
They
Yes.
lied and destroyed tens of thousands of lives.
I've been accused of embellishing a tale.
Yes, of course, a little bit of embellishment in the.
Well, it's a Southern tradition to
Yeah.
embellish. You have to embellish a tale in order to put the, I wanted to say the reader, but put the listener there. You know what I mean? In order to put them in the right mindset, sometimes you have to.
Yeah, Southern people are their attention is so. You have to engage them a little bit.
Have to embellish the
You
tale.
have to embellish it. They're not interested in just the truth, the whole truth, and
Well,
nothing
just-
but
I mean,
the truth.
just-
If there's not a story in it, it ain't worth listening to.
Well, a little creativity. We were
Yeah, a
a
little
creative
humor,
sort.
Humor and self-deprecating.
That's right.
So maybe we're going to get the wish fulfillment of our dream of hanging Donald Rumsfeld yet.
Oh, I posted that as a bulletin yesterday.
What do you mean?
I posted it as on MySpace. You can post a bulletin, and I post and some people, a lot of people will post a song as a bulletin, and then when you go to your not your profile page, but when you go to your home page, you'll see all of your friends who have posted bulletins.
Oh, yeah?
Recently, there'll be
Was
a
it a
list.
recent one or the old one?
It was the old one, the same one.
Well, we should do a more recent one because I think we gained in fervor as
I
the
know, but
season has gone on.
It takes time to edit that stuff up and load it on the internet and all that stuff. We
need a person. I've got sons that can do that in no
Okay.
time.
Do you have sons that have DVD recorders that watch TV?
No, but they can. Yeah, I'm sure they can.
Because what they can do is if they could record the show and then edit out your song. See, that's what I do. Oh, that's what I do. I record the show, and then I take the DVD home and I edit out your song and then I upload it. You know what I mean? But most of the time, I just like all the old song, everything else, I've handed in to Kurt. I don't even know which show it's on. Which the best version is on. It's handed into Kurt. So when I go and I'll get 4 or 5 shows from Kurt, all of which are 2 or 3 hours long. But I would just have to look at the ones that you were on, maybe fast forward through and figure out which ones had the best version of the song into it.
Well, I think
probably
we
4
had
or
several,
5.
we were all singing,
Probably 4 or 5 or 6 hours into the process, I'd be getting an idea of which one I wanted to edit out here. You know what I mean? Then I could edit it out and get it uploaded and all in the next, I don't know, couple of hours probably. I could probably do it all in less than 10 hours of work to make it happen.
But that's 10 hours that you could be sleeping or
right. But the rest of my
massaging
life,
yourself or
the rest of
something.
my life would be just, going to pieces in the meanwhile. So that's why I'm saying, if you've got a son
Yeah.
who has a VCR or not or a DVD,
Or they could they take the one that you recorded?
Which
and look
one?
through that?
Which-
yeah, they would have to look through them all.
which
wouldn't they?
date would you want?
Yeah.
Do you know which date you want?
No.
Well, I write the date on all of them so we can go
Hey,
by
how
the
you
date
doing?
and figure it out. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'd have to it'd be hours worth of going through to find the one you wanted.
Yeah. Well, surely you wouldn't have to watch every single instant. You just fast forward.
Well, you could. Yeah.
Because I liked a couple of times when we were all singing with gusto.
Uh-huh.
That was, and I think there was another couple of verses we put in on. And I'm going over to the BB Theater probably
You
after
are.
the show at 6 o'clock. There is a woman's thing, and I was thinking it'd be cool to do the prisoners of men for those women, but we could vote we could write some kind of a feminist liberation song. I don't know if
Do you
that would
want to
qualify for
practice
that.
here before you go?
I don't know.
During the show? You don't know?
I don't know. No, I don't have the words. I didn't bring the words with me.
Oh, I thought you were going from here to there. What?
Yeah, I'm going from here to there, but I'm not going to do it. Sure,
Oh,
I'm
you
just
did?
going
You
to go
mean
over and watch
you
it.
got them in the car?
I might have. I'm just going to watch the show.
Oh.
I'm not going to do any singing. But
Oh, I thought you were
that
gonna
would
perform.
I thought that song would be very apropos.
Oh, do it for
Yeah.
him here.
No,
No.
just since we did that song here, and
Yes.
it was kind of a motivation for me to write the tunes, and we might need a feminist audience or something. We could enlist a bunch of radical, although I wouldn't call them radical feminism. I would call them
You wouldn't call them that?
sweet women who are tired of status quo.
I have a feminist joke. You want to hear my feminist joke?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dear God.
How many feminists does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
No
One.
idea.
One?
I should hope so. I should hope so.
Right. Like you don't even know that.
Well, yeah. In real life, I know it. I didn't know it because I didn't know the joke, but now I know the joke, so now I know it.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Hey. So we got some tea in here. Yes, we do. I'm gonna put some of this tea in here. Now this tea looks like that tea, doesn't it?
Okay. I suppose I should close my book and participate in this television program that I'm a part of,
Okay. All right. Now,
and that I'm proud to be a part of.
what time does the band need to leave?
I told them they'd be out of here by 2 at the absolute latest.
Yes, but do they need to be out of here by 2?
Yes.
They do.
They've got a gig later on, and part of my selling this was
How much later on? when is
6:30.
6:30.
I told him they'd be out of there by 2, and that was part of getting them to agree in
Couldn't
the
we
first
just
place.
let them get out of
because
here by 3?
I told him to.